30% that I give to the government and point it somewhere. I had to give it. That's fine. I'm going to point it in the direction to where I know it needs to go. I'm going to send it to the military. I'm going to send it to infrastructure. I'm not going to be giving it away for entitlements to other people who want to sit around and do absolutely nothing.
Well, you want to talk tax plan? The tax plan that
we can do taxes. We can do taxes. Yeah. Well, Gary, anything else you got before I let you go?
Yeah, one last thing. If we can redo the tax code completely and utterly, but if we don't get rid of baseline budgeting, it's all for nothing. Because that baseline budgeting is a killer.
Yes, that's true.
They intentionally spend more money than they need to spend just so that they can get more money next year.
Yep.
I had my first exposure to that when I was in the Air Force. None of us used the day room. We all had TVs and stereos in our own rooms. And they bought a brand new color television for the day room. And I asked the first sergeant, I said, why would we do that? Well, it's the end of the year and we have money in the budget, and if we don't spend it, we won't get that money next year.
And that's insanity.
That's baseline spending, right?
Yeah, in its greatest form, that's total insanity.
That happened to me also in the military, not necessarily a TV, but when we were coming back off our cruises, anything that we had that was extra, even though it was perfectly good, we threw it over the side.
I've heard that. I've heard
what?
that. Overboard.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So that's just travesty.
Oh, yeah, TVs, refrigerators, whatever, over the side. If you didn't want to unload it, over the side.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that just irritates me. I think even hearing that.
That's why.
All right, well, great call,
so
Gary. Thanks much. We appreciate it. Call again.
All right, gentlemen.
All right,
see you, Gary.
Take care. So, and Gary, thank you for your service as well, because you were a service guy. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I should have said that before you hung up. But
you heard.
Yeah, sure.
Well, thank you to all our veterans for your service.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even the Coast Guard guys.
Yeah, and we'd love to get more of you guys. If you're out there listening and you're a service member or a veteran, please call into the show and toot your horn a little bit, and we'll give you an on-the-air thank you for that. But back to the Trump trip. So, here I even saw somebody was complaining. It's been a crazy busy week for me, and I saw somebody who was complaining that Trump, and Derek, did you see this maybe? He was feeding the fish, right? I think they were in Japan, feeding the koi fish in the koi pond, and somebody complained about how Trump was feeding the koi. He didn't do it the proper way. He fed them too much. He was going to choke them because he gave them too much or whatever. And I'm thinking, really? Are you going to complain about how the President of the United States fed the koi fish in Japan? I mean, really? I mean, come on. We've all been to Cedar Point, and you throw the popcorn in, and the carp there, they're not koi. They're just carp down at Cedar Point, right? And they come up and they eat. That's how they get big and everything else, It's like, what the heck? Are you all right?
Don't want to cough into the microphone.
Ed's choking in here, right? You're getting all choked up, dude. Mm-hmm. It's Veterans Day.
Yeah, the raw emotion of it is getting to me. I mean, there's dust in the air, too, Gary. I just can't. Oh, it's... as far as the koi fish, I mean, it's a distraction. It's like the whole thing with Roy Moore.
Yes.
Okay?
Which we're going to, we'll start now and we'll carry through because that's going to be a long one. I am incensed.
And then we can hold off.
I am no, let's start now, baby. I'm ready to rock.
The most important thing in the world right now is something that Roy Moore might have done 40 years ago as opposed to something that Hillary Clinton definitely did last year.
Yes. And that Bill Clinton is gone and all the come on. Number one, I don't want to hear about it. I heard somebody was talking about, you're going after Harvey Weinstein. Why wouldn't you go after Roy Moore? Judge Roy Moore, And I'm thinking, hey, let's stop right there because here's the thing. Number one, Harvey Weinsteins are, number one, recent. Mm-hmm. Number two, dozens and dozens of them, not one
documented on tape.
Documented, right? Number three, look at the people who are accusing him. Not conservatives with an axe to grind or an agenda. These are fellow liberals eating a fellow liberal, right? These are liberals from Hollywood beating up on their own liberal because he's a douchebag, all right? Very simple. So you can't even equate the two.
Well, yeah, you can, because we got Republicans ganging up on this Republican.
Don't even go on Benedict McCain for me. That's
not the
piece
only
of human
one
garbage. I hate to be the bad guy, but just drop dead, John McCain, please. Just drop dead because you're a rotten human being.
What?
I'm just mystified. But anyway, so let me get to this. So 39 years ago, 1979, right? We're coming away from the sexual revolution. We're going into the drug culture of the 80s, right? But even then, there was more morals in America in 1979 than there is today, folks. Mm-hmm. More morals in 79 than there is today. I don't care about the sexual revolution, the drug revolution, or anything else. People were more moral back then. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you what, if a 14-year-old girl had been accosted or touched inappropriately or hit on inappropriately by a 30-odd-year-old Roy Moore, somebody would have said something. Yeah. Why didn't you say something, young lady? You didn't say anything to your parents, your church, your pastor, your friends? There is nothing there to push this allegation any farther. And these pieces of human garbage like Mitt Romney and John McCain are out there saying, if he should be stepping down, you know what? Shut up.
You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. The if doesn't work. You could just keep your mouth shut. Of course. But even, God forbid, even if he had done something 40 years ago, but I did stupid stuff 40 years ago I would never think of doing today.
Now, see, that one, I will. If he did do something, then step down. That's fine. But you know what? I want some proof. Give me some proof. Put this young lady up. Give her the mouthpiece. Put her on the stand. Let her have her piece.
Well, that's not proof.
Let's grill her. Let's find out.
That's not proof. That's just her talking
speak.
Points.
But you know what? Put them. Let's. If we're going to go, he said, she said. Let's put them together and hear it. Mm-hmm. But I don't see any of that. I don't see a Gloria Allred touting this lady out front with her whatever story you're going to tell us.
Well, Gloria's daughter is though.
Oh, is she supporting? You know what?
Lisa, what's her name? Yeah.
I would like to see a law that takes these people who make false allegations like this.
Well, that's the same one who was supporting Weinstein.
Yeah. I mean, this Judge Roy Moore has been in the public eye in the biggest of positions for 40 years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, now let's just bring it up. Who paid you, lady?
Well,
who paid you?
She works for the Democratic Party. Well, no, she does. She has a job.
Well, and they just pulled it's right. Well, I had it on my Facebook. I just closed it out. It's right here. Here we go. Alabama accuser deletes her anti-Moore postings from Facebook and rants about removing Trump from office. Oh, well, why are you removing him? You feeling like you're tainting your own testimony?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this woman, and I'm trying to pull up her name, Deborah Wesson Gibson? That's the lady, right?
Okay.
40 years later, she's saying Judge Roy Moore was inappropriate with her. Yeah, come on. Really? You've had a lot of years to bring it up. You could have hurt him badly in any of his campaigns, but now all of a sudden, and it wouldn't surprise me if this is not the Democrats behind this.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I would be more surprised, or I wouldn't be more surprised if it was the Mitt Romneys, the Never Trumpers, the establishment GOP, including Mitch McConnell, you turkey-necked piece of
I've read commenters suggest that Mitch McConnell was behind it. Just the fact that these idiots would rather see a Democrat win this election, this Senate seat.
Yes.
Because all they're doing is feeding he must step down, this and that, all the negatives that go against him instead of keeping his mouth shut. No, it's feeding votes towards I hope it's actually going to have the opposite result.
I think it will.
I hope it does.
Yeah. All right, so we've got Joe on the line. Joe, hang tight. We'll get to you when we come back from break, and we'll continue our discussion on Judge Roy Moore. See you on the other side. You're on The Drift.
People are always on the go, driving to work, running errands. How do they keep informed? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for the latest issues, discussed by hosts like Joe Pags, Fayron X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business with Wham Radio and whamradio.com. Whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. A friendly and timely reminder from the Vice President on this Veterans Day.
Find a veteran, extend your hand, and say those words they never asked to hear but deserve to hear every day. To my fellow Americans, I say, find a veteran today and say, thank you for your service.
Mike Pence speaking in place of President Trump at today's ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. The president's in Asia. Meanwhile, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs says he hopes Congress can craft a veterans benefits bill that'll offer those who've served more choices when it comes to health care.
We're looking for a bill that builds choice into a permanent part of the way that we take care of veterans, and veterans have services in this country.
David Shulkin on Fox and Friends. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Your bridge to recovery and wellness is WellBridge. WellBridge is redefining the rehabilitation and nursing care experience with the most amazing care facilities you've ever seen. All WellBridge locations offer a resort-like atmosphere, and their driving goal is to provide each guest with an epic experience. Here's former patient Evelyn Danielson from Brighton.
When I got into my room, there were happy faces welcoming me. The PT people there peeked around the door the next morning and said, "You're going to walk with us." And I said, "Oh, no, I can't." But I did. They don't push you. They lead you very kindly. And the next thing you know, you're doing it. They have a wonderful attitude.
For rehabilitation and nursing care, ask for something epic. Ask for WellBridge. In Brighton, Fenton, Novi, and Pinckney. Now looking for talented nurses and certified nurse assistants to join their growing team, WellBridge invites everyone to learn more about them at thewellbridgegroup.com. WellBridge, your bridge to recovery and wellness starts here.
It's been 5 years since we met Kelly Brighton, just before her weight loss surgery.
I was almost 300 pounds. Because of the Michigan Bariatric Institute, I've lost the weight. I now have the tools to keep it off. I'm a better mom, I am a better wife, and I'm just a better Kelly Brighton, I think.
Begin your journey. Try a free monthly educational seminar at St. Joe's Livingston. Visit stjoe'shealth.org/MBI to learn more.
You're listening to The Drift on Wham Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, back to your host, Gary Wellings.
And welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to Catch the Drift Radio in studio with Ipsy Ed Bonderenka.
Howdy.
And myself. So
all three of us.
All three of us. Well, let's take care of a little business. If you're looking for something to do tonight, Burroughs Roadhouse in West Brighton, 5311 Brighton Road. You can call them at 810-227-6000. I might even go up there tonight and have a little snack and some drinks. They do comedy shows. They've got dinner comedy show packages. It's a great bar. Just one of the best atmospheres of any bar I've ever been to, so it's really nice. And you can call them at 810-227-6000. Tell them you heard it on the Drift here.
Yes.
And there's some coupons in the Current as well, so go to currentonline.com. That's COURANTonline.com.
Take advantage of those coupons.
Take advantage of those coupons. Take advantage of the Current.
Otherwise those trees will have been wasted, you know?
That's right. Okay, so we're talking Judge Roy Moore and the alleged phony news, fake scandal, whatever they want to throw at it, the media, the progressives, the never-Trumpers, and that's what it comes down to, the never-Trumpers. You know, I slammed Mitt Romney in a couple of tweets today because that dude has nothing to be talking about. He screwed himself in his election bid because, you know what? He's weak. He's a coward.
You know, I believe if he had gotten elected, we wouldn't see Donald Trump as president, and we'd just be coasting along on more globalism, more elitism, more. I think
Mitt Romney better than Hillary Clinton. Part of that, part of that swamp, and this is why they're putting this out there. So they are scared. The D.C. establishment is so absolutely scared of anyone who supports Trump because they know if Trump succeeds in cleaning the swamp, all that freebies for them are gone. That's what it comes down to. Let's talk to Joe from Wyandotte who wants to talk about Roy Moore. Joe, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, Joe. How are you?
I was going to call in and bring this up since it's on the Daily Drift, which is
the news you need to know.
There you go. I just love that.
I got that down.
But you guys got to it early.
Okay, well, it was nice talking to you, Joe.
I think, well, you've hit on times were different then. I think Judge Roy Moore was a bit creepy in the day, and his interview with Sean Hannity was really bad, and I think he kind of more or less admitted that he dated underage